Ironically, and this is not always the case, it may be easier for the women in the audience to figure out their mission. Because if you're a wife and a mother, you have a built-in mission. Because raising good, emotionally healthy, honest, erlicha children who are Yerei Shamayim is a life's mission. You'll be able to come to Shamayim and said, I brought X amount of children into this world. And I gave it my all. There are few accomplishments that are greater. There's a pasuk to that effect. The Rebbeinu Shalom tells us, why did he choose Avraham Avinu? Because Avraham Avinu was going to complete the Asar and Nisyonis, the 10 tests? Is because Avraham Avinu made all of those geirim? No, this is what the pasuk says. Ki yadati. I love Avraham Avinu. I judge Avraham. Laman, why? Laman asher yitzabes bonabes beisvei achra v'shanu derech Hashem. Because he's going to go ahead and he's going to raise children. He's going to give over the Messiah. That's why I love Avraham Avinu. Avraham Avinu! His accomplishment is Yissocher and Yaakov v'chol yetzech halotza. And that could be your mission. But if it's a mission, then treat it like a mission. Not haphazardly. Not with hesach hadas. You know, there's an expression, he's on a mission. What does it mean he's on a mission? That's implying full focus, giving everything your all. And that may inspire our efforts in terms of time and efforts that we spend on our children. But if it's your mission, then approach it with great thought. It can't be automatic. Children just don't grow like grass. It needs a plan. Try to understand each child. Focus on them and not the latest in shopping for the best and the greatest. Spend more time with your kids than you do shopping for them. That's your mission. And for the men and the women also. Here's another suggestion. You're going to think for the next 5 days, what's my mission? Let's build a Rabbi Shalom. What does he want from me? What am I going to do? And you're going to think, and you're going to think, and you think, guess what? I can't come up with anything. So here's my eitzah. Say to the Rabbi Shalom, let me know what my mission is. Somehow or another. I don't expect Gilui Elio, but somehow let me know. And don't be bashful. Go to the Rabbi Shalom and ask for it. Without any reservation. Go for the gold. Aim for the stars. You know, an American Rov came to Shlomo Zalman Auerbach, they had Tzadik Livrocha, before they wrote Yom and Aroim. And Shlomo Zalman asked this Rov, do you have poor people in your shul? Yes, I do. Do you have very rich people in your shul? Yes, I do. She says, imagine the following scene. The real rich person is sitting next to the real poor person on Yom Roim. And the poor person says, Ribono Shel Olam, this year, I want to be so rich that I want this fellow to be working for me. Shlomo Zalman says, what do you think that person's thinking? This guy's crazy. I'm going to be working for him? For this schnorrer? Crazy. Rabbi Shlomo Zalman told him, not crazy at all. And you know how I know that? from Chana. The Chana that we read about on Rosh Hashanah. The Chana that didn't have children for 19 years. The Chana that went up and davened for a child. Now, what kind of child did Chana daven for? The pasuk says she went for Zera Anoshim. There's a machlokes in Masechta Brachos what that means. But according to one Omer, it says Chana said to Rebbeinu Shalom, I want a son like Moshe v'Aaron. Moshe v'Aaron v'choy hanav u'Shmuel v'korei shmoi. I want someone who's on the same level as Moshe and Aaron. Is she crazy? A woman who doesn't have a baby for 19 years, you know what the tefillah should be? Rebbeinu Shalom, give me a normal, healthy baby. She's asking for Moshe v'Aaron? Yes, because that's what Rosh Hashanah and the Yom Noraim are is about. Everything goes back to zero. The healthy can be sick, and the sick can be healthy, and the rich can become poor, and the poor can become rich. There are no chazakas. And Rosh Hashanah is about Rebbeinu Shalom, I need this. And don't be bashful. Be like Hannah. Go for the gold. And therefore, that poor man wasn't crazy. And if you still can't figure out what it is, then just ask me Rebbeinu Shalom. First, I tried. Chazarti achalatzla. It's well known that on Yom Kippur, Klal Yisrael is compared to malachim, to angels. The Pirkei Rabbi Eliezer lists a number of things in how we on Yom Kippur are like malachim. And that even the Malach Samuel, the evil Malach, has to say nice things about Klal Yisrael to the Rebbeinu Shalom on Yom Kippur. Rosh Samuel Shlonim Sabehem Yom Kippurim Chet. Samuel says to the Rebbeinu Shalom, look at your Klal Yisrael. Is there any nation like that? Just like there's no eating by Malachim, there's no eating and drinking by us, by your Klal Yisrael. They're like Malachim. And just like the Malachim don't wear shoes, your Klal Yisrael doesn't wear shoes either. They're not just like Malachim. And then Samuel says something very strange. Ma Malachim asharis ein lehem kefitza. They don't jump around. Kach Yisrael oimdin al ragleim b'yom kippurim. What does that mean? They don't jump around, and therefore we don't jump around? So the drasha explains the malachim don't jump around because they know their mission. They don't have to jump from place to place, trying this, trying that. And that's our job on Yom Kippur as well. Figuring out our mission. And not going from place to place, from this endeavor to that endeavor. And to emphasize this thought, in the waning hours of Yom Kippur, Chazal instituted one more compelling reminder about mission. And that's Maftir Yaina. Why Maftir Yaina? So the Mishnah Berurah himself in the Sharat Tzion writes, because Kol Masha Kadosh Baruch Hu Roitze Minafsha Yisakin Muchrach Hu Yisakin. Rebbeinu Shalom put us gave us a neshama, said it's down to this world. And that neshama has to complete its mission. And if he doesn't complete the mission the first time, it comes down again. And the second time, and she comes down again. And a third and a fourth, until that mission is completed. And that is what Yonah HaNavi was trying to avoid. For whatever reason, he did not want to give that nevuah. And he tried everything under the sun to escape that nevuah. Going on a boat, thinking that Rebbeinu Shalom couldn't get to him there. Shakadosh Baruch Hu Ratzim Yishalei L'Yinabe, he didn't want. V'ra'inu shenitba b'yom v'nifla b'dog v'hoya shem b'mei kam yomim. and was swallowed by the whale. Because the Rebbeinu Shalom is telling us, you've got to do the mission. Don't try to escape it. You can run, but you can't hide. And the neshamas do not like to come down to this world over and over and over again. But that's going to happen to our neshamas. Sometimes a person can complete his mission in the most mundane, quotidian of settings. The Gemara tells us in Masechta Tainus, an interesting Gemara. The Gemara says that Rabbi, the sage of the Talmud, was in the marketplace, and Eliyahu Hanavi, Havishchiach Gabei, and Eliyahu Hanavi used to come to that marketplace. Omar Lei, Rabbi asks Eliyahu Hanavi, is there anybody in this marketplace that's a ben olam haba? Omar le loy, no. Adahochi vahochi chazal gavra da'avasai misani uchmi v'leiramat chuta detcheles v'kulime. All of a sudden he saw a guy, strange-looking fellow, dressed strangely, wasn't even wearing tzitzis. Eliyahu Hanavi says, that guy, he's the ben olam haba. This piqued Rabbi's curiosity. He says, what does this fellow do? Says the Gemara, what do you do? He asked him. I'm a warden. I'm a jailer. I work in a jail. Not the most prestigious or important of jobs. But I make sure that the men and the women don't mingle. And nothing untoward happens at night. And if I see that the non-Jews are having their eyes on a Jewish girl, I'm moist nefesh to save her. That's my job. I'm a jailer. Ben Olam Haba. Not a Rosh Yeshiva, not necessarily a tzaddik, not a person who goes to the mikveh 3 times a day. A guy who watches a jail. Ben Olam Haba. God put him in this world to be a prison guard. And he used that to fulfill his mission in this world. I recently read a story about an Israeli businessman who had business in not such a frum city. After he completed his business, he was hungry and wanted to find a kosher restaurant. So he's looking for a restaurant with a good hechsher. So he looks up, sees one that has a good hechsher. He sees the restaurant owner eating there himself. He's from a Yid. So he decides he's going to eat there. As he's eating there, all of a sudden, something strange happens. The public school kids from the neighborhood come into the restaurant, a group of them. They go up to the counter, and there's a box with kippot, with yarmulkes. And they go ahead and each put on a yarmulke. They go to the refrigerator, they take out a soda. They make Baruch Atah Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam she'hakol niyeh b'dvorei. And then they say, Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. So this businessman asks the restaurant, what's that about? He says, because I saw these kids, they were wandering around every day during recess, doing nothing. No shaykhs to Yiddish guy. I want them to say a Yiddish word. I want them once in their life to say a Shachol B'Dvorei. I want them once in their life to say Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. So I said, you come in, You put on a yarmulke, you take a soda, you make a bracha, you say Shema Yisrael. And Zeitrig is